Hello students, this is Arshad Bhutta. Today I am with the second lecture on the series of CMA Part 1 Cost Management sections post exam questions discussion. The topic which I am covering in today's session, that is cost behavior. Let's come towards the first question, that is like the scenario of the question is relatively bigger. So first of all, we should have to read down the requirement. Which of the following relationship regarding variable and fixed cost is true? Now, I believe we don't need to read this whole scenario. From this question requirement, we can assess our question right answer. But I'm just, for the sake of knowledge purpose, going to discuss the whole scenario. An assembly plant accumulates its variable and fixed manufacturing overheads cost in a single pool. So it means he is taking fixed and variable cost together, which is then applied to work in process using a single application rate, single OAR. They are using this assembly plant management wants to estimate the magnitude of the total manufacturing overhead cost for different volumes of application activity base using a flexible budget formula. If there is an increase in the application activity base, that is within the relevant range of activity for the assembly plant. So there is nothing about what is the requirement of the question in this whole scenario. So first of all, we should have to dig down these four options. The variable cost per unit is constant. Yes, this is the characteristic of the variable cost. Variable cost per unit is constant, but in total, it always varies. And the total fixed cost decreases. No, total fixed cost remains constant. So this is the thing which, from where we concluded that this is not a right answer. So I have crossed. Variable cost per unit is constant. Yes, it remains constant. And the total fixed cost increases. This is something which we have to understand. Variable cost per unit and the total fixed cost remains constant. Yes. Fixed cost in total remains constant and variable cost per unit remains constant. So total fixed cost increases in step fixed cost. So this characteristic is not of fixed cost. This is not a characteristic of fixed cost. This is the characteristic of the fixed cost. The total fixed cost remains constant in total and variable cost remains constant per unit. But in total, variable cost moves up in direct proportion to the activity level, but total fixed cost goes down per unit. So these are the characteristics. Like variable cost remains constant per unit, but in total it moves up directly proportionate to level of activity. On the other side, fixed cost remains constant in total, but it goes down per unit. Variable cost per unit increases. No. And the total fixed cost remains constant. Yes, over here, this is the reason why we don't opt option D. So option D is wrong answer, option B is wrong answer, option A is wrong answer, and option C is the right answer. Let's move to next question. Okay, this is the numerical question. Using these data and the high-low method to develop a cost estimating equation, the estimate of needed manufacturing supply for July would be. Now we are supposed to dig down our whole data. Controller of the company has requested a quick estimate of the manufacturing supplies needed for the month of July. So this is talk about July, when production is expected to be 470 units. This is the activity level up for July. To meet the ending inventory requirement and sales of 475 units. The company budget analyst has the following actual data for last 3 months. This is April, May, March, April, May data, and this is the level of activity, expected level of activity for July. So by using the data of the previous 3 months, March, April, May, we can determine July relevant uh, total cost. So from this data, we are supposed to first of all apply high and low method. So for that purpose, in step one, we will calculate variable cost per unit. Variable cost per unit. For that purpose, our formula is total cost at higher activity level. Now we should have to find out which activity level is higher. This is April level activity, where production in units is 540. So total cost at this level is 853,560. 853,560 divided by the activity level 540,000 minus higher total cost at higher activity, lower activity level, which is of March, because here it is 450 and the total cost at this level. So 723,060 divided by activity level at that level, which is 450,000. Okay, so from here we will calculate variable cost per unit. Let's do the calculation. Eight five 853,560 minus 723,060 is equal to 130,500 divided by the difference of these two, which is 90,000, divided by 90,000 equals to 1.45. Again, check 540 minus 450, 90. 853,560 minus 723,060 is equal to 130,500 divided by 90,000 is equal to 1.45. Now this is the variable cost per unit. Now step 2, calculate total variable cost at any activity level, which is, let's assume I am taking 450. Total variable cost at 450. So 450,000 times 1.45. So 1.45 times 450,000 is equal to 652,500. Now come towards step 3. This is the application of high and low method. You can use cost function method also. total fixed cost, which is equal to total cost at that activity level at 450,000. It is 723,060 minus 652,500 total variable cost at that activity level minus 723,060 equals to 723,060 minus 652,500 equals to 70,560. This is total fixed cost, which we have calculated by subtracting from total cost. From total cost, we have subtracted total variable cost, and we got the result 70,560. You can use any other activity level during your exam, you will find the same result. Now apply these findings at activity level of 470,000, which is for the month of July. Now I'm doing July relevant calculations, which is like July. For that purpose, first of all, calculate total variable cost, which is activity level of July 470,000 times variable cost per unit. Through this, we have calculated total variable cost at that activity level, which is equal to 681,500. Now, he is asking about total FOH cost, the estimate of needed manufacturing supplies. So plus fixed cost portion, which is 70,560. So plus 70,560 equals to 752,060. So our answer is D option. Okay, so this is the calculation and the application of high and low method. Which of the following is the best example of variable cost? Corporate president salary, cost of raw material, interest charges, and property tax. Definitely cost of raw material. President salary, it is fixed in nature. Interest charges, most of the cases fixed. Property taxes, most of the cases fixed. So these are not the right answer. Cost of raw material, which is by nature in behavior variable, because it varies with the activity level. Let's move towards question number 4. Which one of the following is correct regarding relevant range? Now, what is the range? Relevant range is a range in which your fixed cost does not change. So total variable cost will not change. No, total variable cost will always change. Will always change. Per unit remains constant. Total fixed cost will not change. Yes, this is the right answer. So total fixed cost does not change in a relevant range. Then actual fixed cost usually falls outside the relevant range. No, this is not a right answer. The Relevant range cannot be changed after being established. No, it can be changed. So option B is the right answer. Which one of the following categories of cost is most likely not considered a component of fixed factory overheads? Now, question is not considered. Which one of the following categories of cost is most likely not considered a component of fixed FOA? It means which one of the following cost is not fixed factory overhead? Rent, it's normally fixed. So this is not answer. Property tax, normally fixed. Depreciation, normally fixed. So power usage, how many units you are consuming the electricity or gas, you are supposed to pay the cost for that. If like there is no activity, then there is no usage of power. In that case, there is no cost. So option D is the right answer. Question number 6. This is again numerical question. An entity has the following component cost for 100,000 units of product for the year. This is direct material, direct labor, manufacturing overheads. There is no bifurcation about fixed or variable. Selling and admin, again no bifurcation. All costs are variable. Now here it is a bifurcation, except $100,000 for manufacturing overheads. So from here, 100,000 is fixed. So remaining 100,000 is variable in its behavior. And 100,000 of selling. So from here again, this 100,000 is fixed and remaining 50,000 is variable. The total cost to produce and sell, this is important, produce and sell. So we are supposed to add up both production costs as well as selling cost for the year R if activity level is 110,000. So first of all, we are supposed to calculate variable cost per unit. So variable cost per unit is equal to, first of all, we will add up all variable costs, which is 200,000 plus 100,000 plus 100,000 plus 50,000. This is for production costs. Plus, sorry, these first three are production costs and this is selling cost, and in total, these are the figures. Divided by the activity level, which is 100,000. So equals to 450,000 divided by 100,000 equals to 4.5 per unit. Now we will calculate total variable cost at 110,000 units. So 110,000 times 4.5. Let's do the calculation. And this is 110,000 times 4.5 equals to 495,000. So 495,000 is the total variable cost, and total cost is equal to 495,000, which is total variable cost, plus total fixed cost, which we have discussed already and identified 200,000. So in total, it is 695,000, which is option D. So option D is the right answer. You can even do, but over there your time would, you will spend more time. You can calculate variable cost per unit separate for manufacturing cost and separate for admin or for one by one unit like for direct material, direct labor. But over there your time will consume too much. So this is the best approach to solve the question. This data is relevant to question number 7 and 8. A company wants to determine its marketing cost for budgeting purpose. Activity measures and costs incurred for 4 months of the current year are presented in the table below. Advertising is considered to be discretionary cost. What one is discretionary cost? Which is the discretionary authority, totally authority of the department head, whether it is sole discretion of department head, whether he is incurring, he is willing to incur that cost or not. Salespersons are paid monthly salaries plus commission. The sales force was increased from 20 to 21 individuals during the month of May. Here about selling places heavy emphasis on indirect costs and disregards consideration of direct costs. Sale orders, units sold, sales revenue, this is activity measure, marketing cost, advertising, sales salaries, commission, shipping cost, and then there is a total cost. Now let's look at the first question. Which of the following most appropriately describes the classification and behavior of shipping cost? Let's move towards data. So this is the discussion about shipping cost, which is 93,000, 100,000, 114,000 and 107,000. So we should have to dig down the behavior of this cost. Let's assume, first of all, we will do it on the basis of number of units. So 93,000 divided by 55,000, it is 1.69 for March. So 100,000 divided by 60,000, it is 1.67. So again, 114,000 divided by 70,000, it is 1.62 something. And the last one, 107,000, 107,000 divided by 65,000, 1.64. So it's in the range of 1.6. We can find out it with another way, like about, so the behavior which is indicated from all these findings, that it is a variable cost which varies with the level of activity. So it is variable cost per unit sold. This is variable cost per unit sold at 1.66. So this is the behavior of this cost. Then in relation to the dollar amount of sales, which of the following, this is about dollar amount of sales, which of the following cost classification is appropriate for advertising and sales salaries? Now look at the question. Advertising, 190, 190 and 190, at which activity level? 2000, 2400 and 2300. And at 1800 it's 2000. It's a 2000 for units, sorry, 60, uh, like 60,000 units when you sold, it's 200,000. And at 55,000 units sold, it's this. But he is asking you to identify it with the proportion of your sales revenue. So let's check. 190 divided by 1150, it's 0.16 something. 200 divided by 1200, it's 0.166 something. Then 190 divided by 1330, it's 0.14 something. Now move towards sales salaries. 20,000, 20,000 for March and April, 21,000 and 21,000 for May and June. So sales salaries is fixed in nature, and advertising cost is almost fixed, because in one account month it was different from the others, which was 200,000 in April, but in normal circumstances it is 190,000. Your sales salaries increase from May, because over their previous your sales force was 20, now it's 21. So the proportion of increase is due to the induction of new person, but you are paying the fixed $1,000 to every salesperson. Okay, so these both costs are fixed in nature. So answer D is the right answer. Let's move towards question number 9. The difference between variable cost and fixed cost. What is the difference? Variable cost per unit fluctuate? No. Fixed cost per unit remain constant? No. These are the characteristics of the total variable and fixed cost. Variable cost per unit are fixed over a relevant range, and fixed cost per unit are variable. Total variable costs are variable over the relevant range and fixed in long term, while fixed cost never change. Though this is also not a right answer. Variable cost per unit change in varying increments, while fixed cost per unit change in equal increments. No, this is the characteristic of the varying increment. Variable cost per unit change in varying increments, while fixed cost per unit change in equal increments. So this is wrong. So the right answer is B. The quite near answer, the answer which is properly elaborating between variable cost and fixed cost, that is answer B. Let's move to the next question. A corporation has the following information for the first quarter of the year: machine hours, cleaning expense. Using the high and low method, what is the corporation's fixed cost? Just do the steps. First step, higher activity level. Which one is higher activity level? Sorry, this should not be the sign here. This one. Higher activity level is 2100, and the lower activity level is, no, higher activity level is 2600. So February activity level is highest and lowest is of March. So these are two costs relevant to this. So 1200 minus 800 divided by 2600 higher activity level minus lower activity level, 1600 is equal to 400 divided by 1000 is equal to 0.4 per hour. So this is variable cost per hour. Now, total variable cost at any activity level, let's assume take the lower activity level, which is 1600. So 1600 times 0.4 equals to, let's do the calculations. 1600 times 0.4, 640. So your total variable cost is 640. This is TVC. Total fixed cost. Total cost at this activity level is equal to 800 minus total variables cost 640 is equal to 160. So dollar A, option A is the dollar 160 is the right answer. Okay, now a company has the following budget formula for annual electricity expense is equal to, this is a now cost function, which is equal to A is equal to B Y is equal to A plus BX. So he has given us A 7200, which is indication of fixed class. Plus B is also given to you 0.60, which is variable cost per unit. Times X is not given to us, which is units produced. And expense he is asking us to find out. If management expects to produce 20,000 units, so this thing he has given to us. So he has given to us this figure, units produced 20,000. Times 0.6. In this way, we will calculate Bx, which is the total variable cost, and fixed cost is given to us. So 7200 plus 0.6 times 20,000, which is 12,000. So plus 12,000 equals to 19,200. So option B is the right answer. What amount of should the company expect to incur? He is asking us to calculate total expenses, Y figure, which is sum of fixed cost plus variable costs. The sum of the cost necessary to effect a 1 unit increase in the activity level is a marginal cost. What is the definition of marginal cost? The incremental cost which is incurred, which is necessary to incur to change your activity level. So this is called marginal cost. A company uses the following formula for annual maintenance cost, total cost. Again, this is the function of cost function. Equation is Y is equal to A plus BX. So again, A is given, which is 6,000 plus B is also given 0.70. Now he is saying that current month's budget is based on planned machine time of 30,000. So this is again given to us, that is 30,000 equals to 6,000 6,000. The current month's budget is based on planned machine time of 30,000 hours. Monthly maintenance cost including in this budget is 6,000 and like 21,000. So it is 29,000. Let me do the calculation. So 0.7 times 30,000 is equal to 21,000 plus 6,000 is equal to 29,000. So total is 29,000. Let's change the option, like this is 29,000. So there is a typing mistake. Beg a pardon to you people. So option D is the right answer. Actual answer is how much? 29,000, but is just continuation of the question which we have already discussed, that you are supposed to apply the cost function equation. Corporation wishes to determine the fixed portion of its maintenance expense, a semi-variable. Maintenance expense is a semi-variable cost. This is important. As measured against direct labor hour, this is the base. For the first 3 months of the year, the inspection costs are fixed. The adjustment necessitated by the error found during inspection account for the variable proportion of the maintenance cost. Information for the first quarter is as follows. So these are the activity levels. What is the fixed portion of the maintenance cost rounded? Again, this is high and low method. So total cost at higher activity level, which is 34,610 minus total cost at lower activity level, which is 585, divided by higher activity level 34,000 hours minus lower activity level 31,000 hours is equal to 610 minus 585. 610 minus 585 equals to 25. So 25 divided by 3,000. So this would be the variable cost per unit per hour, divided by 3,000 equals to 0083. 008333 something. So at any activity level, let's assume activity level 31,000 or 34,000, higher activity level. 34,000 times 0.0083 equals to 283. Let's subtract. Total cost at that activity level, which is 610 minus 283, is equal to 327. So 327 is our right answer. Let's move to the next question. Again, this is about cost function. For purpose of preparing a flexible budget based on the number of branch warehouse in operation, what formula should be used to determine budgeted cost at various levels of activity level? Management has prepared a graph showing the total cost of operating branch warehouse throughout the country. The cost line crossed the vertical axis at 200,000. Now this is the diagram. This is vertical axis and this is horizontal axis. Here, let's assume this is 100,000. This is 200,000. This is 300,000. He is saying that your total cost is cutting, intersecting, crossing the y-axis at level of 200,000. So this 200,000 is an indication that this is the proportion of fixed cost. The total cost of operating one branch is $3,350. So let's assume we are here and this is level of activity one branch. So this portion is the indication of variable portion and till this portion, this is something fixed cost. So equation 200,000 is fixed cost and the difference from here to here, which is 150,000 is variable cost per activity level because this is the activity level 1. So 200,000 y is equal to a 200,000 plus b x. So x we will take, so equation is 200,000 plus 150,000. Answer A is the right answer. Question number 16. A company pays each member of its staff salaries, staff a salary as well as a commission on each unit sold. For the coming year, the company plans to increase all salaries by 5% and to keep unchanged the commission paid on each unit sold. Commission per unit will not change, but total salary cost, which is a fixed, will move up by 5%. Because of increased demand, the company expects the volume of sales to increase by 10%. So volume will increase by how will the total cost of sales, salaries and commissions change for the coming year? Its answer is increase by more than 10%, 5%, but less than 10%. But let's do some hypothetical calculations to prove this. Let's assume we have one staff member and whose current salary is 10,000. And right now our activity level is, he is selling how much? 100 units. Activity level is 100 units and its commission is $10 per unit. So current total commission $100 times 10 equals to 1,000. So right now total remuneration for that person is 11,000. Now let's increase the both things. Salary is increasing by how much? 5%. So new salary is equal to 10,000 times 1.05 is equal to 10,500, or we will calculate the 5% separate. 10,000 multiplied by 5%, which is 500, and that is equal to 10,500 in total. New activity level. New activity level. All these figures are hypothetical. You can use any other figure, which is 100 times 1.10 equals to 110 units. So total commission is equal to 110 times 10 is equal to 1100. So in total, your salary is sum of these two figures, which is 11,600. Now, how much increase is? It is 600 divided by baseline, which is 10,000, is equals to 6%. So it is in between, increase by more than 5%, but less than 10%. So from here, we have proved that our answer is increased by more than 5%, but less than 10%. Let's move to our next question. An entity estimates its total materials handling cost at two production levels as follows. Cost and gallons. This is activity level and this is cost. So what is the total cost at this activity level? From here, we will do again high and low method calculation step 1, which is total cost at higher activity level minus total cost at lower activity level divided by higher activity level, which is 80,000, and lower activity level, which is 60,000, equals to 28,000 divided by 20,000 equals to 28,000 divided by 20,000, 1.4 per unit. Now calculate total variable cost at any activity level. Let's assume 80,000 higher activity times 1.4 is equal to 112,000. Now total fixed cost at that activity level. Total cost, which is 160,000, minus total variable cost at that activity level, which is 112,000, so equals to 48,000. Now let's do the calculation at new activity level, which is 75,000. So 75,000 times variable cost per unit, which is 1.4. So 75,000 times 1.4 equals to 105,000. This is total variable cost plus fixed cost, which is 48,000. So plus 48,000 equals to 153,000. So 153,000 is the right answer, option C. Thank you very much, students. I believe you have enjoyed this session. Kindly subscribe my YouTube channel and click on the bell icon to get the latest updates about my video lectures for CMA as well as for other professional studies. See you with next session soon, inshallah.